Welcome to the Human Development and Leadership Short Take series. These four excerpts are from the popular positive psychology webinar that ran in April 2020. Dr. Brooks Carter is the speaker, and you can read his bio at the end of the segment. We hope you enjoy these short takes. Let us know if you find them useful by commenting on the HDNL MySQ discussion page.
Deming said there were 4 branches of knowledge that were critical for a leader, called Deming's profound knowledge. Laws of variation. Most people, particularly when I first went to Deming seminars, most people thought that quality was about statistics. And certainly it was important, but it's far from being about statistics. The second area of profound knowledge is the theory of systems. The third part is one that people don't enjoy too much. It's the theory of knowledge. It's a little dense. It comes from philosophers, not from psychologists. And but it's important because it really tells you how you can decide what you know and what you don't know. But the fourth branch is psychology. And I put it big because I think it's more important than the other 3, being a psychologist. But I also put it big because Deming, in his later years, emphasized psychology very much. At the seminar I was at, he found out that there were a number of psychologists in the audience, and he called us up during one of the breaks and simply asked us, well, what do you think of what I'm doing here? You know, we mumbled and stumbled and didn't say much that was important, but he instituted a session at his seminars after that. It was an evening session, and he would attend as in the audience, and the session would be on the psychology of change, and it would be led by a psychologist, usually Ed Baker, who was at that time director of quality at Ford, but who had a doctorate in psychology. So Deming became more and more interested in psychology. Unfortunately, psychology wasn't very developed during Deming's lifetime. There were huge changes in psychology subsequent to his death. And Marty Seiglman, who's a dear friend of mine, we were graduate school buddies, and Martin is probably one of the 2 foremost psychologists in the world right now. He discussed in his autobiography the transformation of psychology, and most of it is subsequent to Deming's death. This was wonderful. Probably most of you would be very happy with this. Psychology abandoned behaviorism to embrace cognition and consciousness, and that was in 2002. We learned that evolution in the brain constrain what we can learn. This is pretty deep, and most people don't understand this. It's important, but I'm not going to describe it here because it's not. I could take a half hour to give you the evidence that led to this. This is a wonderful story. He points out that we're drawn into the future rather than driven by the past. Behaviorism and Freudian psychology view us as being driven by the past, and that's simply not the case. And I'll discuss that very briefly. And finally, this is what we're going to talk about mostly. Includes building what is right and positive in the world, positive psychology. Now you can see that 3 of the 4 are after Deming's death in 1993. So these would have been powerful tools for his work, and unfortunately they came too late.